Hey guys, in this video I'm going to share with you what my office actually looks like when I'm on a Zoom meeting for work, as well as what I actually see when I'm sitting down at my desk. And it's really messy, but a lot of you guys have asked me to kind of show you how my desk is set up, especially after I showed you guys my standing desk review as well as my 49-inch monitor setup. So I'm going to show you exactly what my desk looks like right now, because I'm going to basically sit down for work here in the next 10 minutes or so, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And trust me, people see this over Zoom versus actually seeing what's actually on my desk. So this is what people actually see whenever I'm on a Zoom meeting. I know a lot of people actually use some of the backgrounds that Zoom gives, or if you're using Microsoft Teams, you might have like backgrounds you can choose from. And while those are great whenever you're like in a setting where you might be on vacation or something and need to hop on a call, a lot of my coworkers are in Seattle and New York, and I've actually had to build relationships virtually and remote. What I've actually found is that if you have a background that kind of speaks to your personality, that goes a long way versus using some of the custom like backdrops that you normally find in Microsoft Teams or even in Zoom. And why I say that is because sometimes like this can be kind of like a conversation starter, if you will, and I know a lot of times it just breaks the ice, especially when I'm meeting someone new. When you're a remote worker, you have to work twice as hard to kind of build those relationships and set up those times to kind of meet with your coworkers, and often it will be a little bit more difficult to kind of break down the barriers a little bit. And I find that just having a background that kind of matches or mirrors what your personality is like definitely helps in terms of starting the conversation and having that person understand kind of your personality, if you will. Having done this for a year now, I can attest that this backdrop has actually brought more conversations than I thought it would ever have. And I feel like this backdrop, it has like a lot of crafting things. You guys know I'm a crafter, I'm a DIYer. I also use Cricut machines. So this kind of showcases like my organizational skills, and being a program product manager, that's really, really important. And so I've gotten a lot of comments that way. And so it's really, really cool just to be able to kind of break the ice a little bit. I feel like it's just a really fun way for me to break the ice, especially being a remote worker. This is actually what they see when I am on a call. And so I will be sitting at this desk right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn that around so that you guys can see it. Okay, I did not clean this up for you guys, but I wanted to show you what my desk looks like from the other side. So obviously, if I turn around here, you'll be able to see that this is what my coworkers see, right? Okay, and that's my light for this video. But if you turn around this way, this is what I see, okay? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about this setup real quick just so that you guys can see what I see when I'm sitting down at my desk, okay? And normally I have my Aeron chair with me, and if you guys haven't checked out my review on this Aeron chair, I highly recommend it after having it for about maybe over 8 months now. If you haven't seen my review on this Aeron chair, please go ahead and check it out. I absolutely love this chair. I know I spent $1,600 on it. That was ridiculous, but it's been worth every single penny. I've already gone through like 3 chairs, and one of them was like $200, had sequins on it, like had this really cute like look to it. It was not comfortable. I bought a wood chair that was super not comfortable, and then I ended up buying this chair. So I spent $400 before I spent money on this chair, and I just, I have no complaints. So with this setup, I've got my standing desk. This is a Scarsta top, and this is the Bevo like leg for my standing desk. This is how I work, okay? And I just needed a ton of space in order to have all of my things where I need it. This is my work laptop right here, and then this is like a Belkin like keyboard. I couldn't fathom spending like $250 for like the Apple keyboard for my iPad. Alright, so this is what I have on my desk, and it's like super messy. I know it's super messy. I've got my MX keys here, which I still absolutely love, and it has, the ability to kind of maneuver from different devices. I also have my Magic keyboard, and why I have both of them, let me kind of explain a little bit. This allows me to type really fast, and that sounds crazy, but this allows me to type super fast, whereas this one is more of a productivity tool. So if I have my phone with me, I can press the number 2, and then I can type on my phone instead of like using the text pad or whatever. And so I prefer like using this, especially when I'm having to switch between different devices from time to time. I just prefer this keyboard when I'm having to basically switch devices, or when I'm not necessarily like typing a lot on my computer. So I've got my 49-inch monitor here. I have the Amazon device right there. I've got charging stations. I have a microphone that I often use for just recording like voiceovers for these YouTube videos. But I also have started using this for my corporate meetings as well, and it's been working really, really great. I've got books here. I've got these notepads. I actually love this setup right here. So I'll go ahead and link down. This is like a business card holder, and this is my to-do list. So this to-do list has actually two sides to it, and what I'll do is if I get interrupted in a meeting or something, you guys know that I use the GTD method to get things done. So whenever I'm interrupted on something, I'll go ahead and take this list and go ahead and write out what I need to do. The kids also grab this as well whenever they're making lists, and it's just been wonderful just to have an analog way to basically document the things that I need to do. This is the 49-inch monitor. On top of it, I have the Aeron video camera. For this Aeron light, I actually got it right when the pandemic started and the Logitech one was no longer available, but it's served its purpose. It has some disconnection issues every so often where I get like this weird pink flicker from time to time in some of my meetings, and it happens every month or so, and it's been not bad. So I have no complaints on it, to be honest. So I don't know if it's like mainly because I have too much connected or if it's just the software or my computer. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't happen too frequently. I've been able to have really good success with this video camera. I also have a bunch of my devices here. I have the Thunderport hub here that's hooked up as well. And then I generally have these headphones. I do not use the Sony headphones on my conference calls because it's just too hard to get it to connect all the time, and it disconnects, and it's just kind of annoying. So for my conference calls, I'll use my AirPods or I'll use this headset from time to time. And then lastly, this area no one sees, but I wanted to share it with you guys because I want to be real with like how our office is set up. So I've got like all of my kids' art right here, and they normally will go into their school binders that I have over there. But I need to be able, this is like my inbox of things that I need to organize. I also have my vitamins and all that I really don't want people to see on video. So this is kind of tucked away in here. And again, the camera is facing this way with that as a backdrop, so that hides all of that. So I also have a lot of storage because I have two Alex cabinets stacked. I know that IKEA offers like an Alex cabinet that's just as tall with just as many drawers, and I just had extra cabinets, so I just basically stacked them so that I had it on the side. So next I'm going to show you guys what is underneath my desk so that you guys can see what that looks like. I'm going to show you underneath my desk. A lot of you guys have asked me about cable management systems. I'm going to show you at least what I have so that you guys can see what I have to work with. And I'm going to tell you this, I am not a minimalist by any means. I've tried it and it does not work for me. I have too many cords. I just need too much stuff that I have to reference. If you guys are looking for a minimalist tip, you're not gonna find it with me because I just have too much stuff that I have to reference and have on my desk at any given time that the minimalist look would drive me crazy because I can't reference things. So I'm gonna show you exactly what's under my desk and why I have it. It's not the cleanest view and not minimalist at all, but I wanted to share with you guys what it looks like. So on the left here, I have a USP. It's the CyberPower 1500 VA, and it actually sat in my kitchen and connected to my network attached storage device for a long time, and now I've moved it here so that like if the electricity ever went out, I'd at least have an hour battery backup that I have in the office. It's just literally sitting on my carpet. So that's what that looks like. I also have this basket that I got from Target. And this is ridiculous, but this office gets super cold, especially during the winter months, and I have a Snuggie. Yes, a Snuggie where I can put my arms in here. So ridiculous. But I can put my arms in here and type on my computer. My husband thinks I look ridiculous, but I am warm. So whenever I'm not on a call and it's cold, I will have this in there. So that's what's sitting underneath here. I also have this footrest. I'll go ahead and link to all of this down below. This footrest is like a foam footrest. It's like kind of has this velour feel here, and it has little like dots on top of here, so it's kind of great. Like this texture is great, especially when I have my bare feet on it. I know that sounds gross, but my bare feet on it, it's awesome, and I really love it. I also have house slippers generally below here that have fur. I'll go ahead and show you guys what those look like, but I normally have those down here as well, but today I'm wearing shoes. And then I also have this foot massager. I know that sounds gross to some of you guys, but I have this foot massager so that if I'm sitting too much or I just need to be able to I don't know, stretch my feet a little bit, I use this thing as well. And then I have a regular trash bin that is down here. And normally it's just down here. I've tried to do like the fancy schmancy trash bins, like the Simple Human ones that require like special bags. And I just didn't feel like paying so much money for a special bag. So I just kept it pretty simple, just white kitchen bags with a regular trash bag here. And then on this side, I have, I overpaid for this $80 basically mat. It's a, let's see here, it's a Deflecto. I bought it at Office Max for about $80 and it's great. I mean, I have no complaints on it. I just know I overspent on it. I'm sure you can find better mats on Amazon, but I paid $80 for this and it's fine. And I just go ahead and slip it here. And then on the right of me, if you guys don't know what this machine is, it's a heat press. So for those of you guys that don't know, this is a heat press here, and I am a crafter and I love using like vinyl and infusible ink to make t-shirts. And so that's what that is, and I have it hidden on this side because I didn't want a lot of questions from my coworkers on like trying to explain what that is. So I'm very, very particular on what people see on this side, and so I have like my Cricut machine and my printers and all that makes sense. But if it's like something crazy that I don't want to have to explain, I go ahead and put it on this side of the wall. All right, in terms of cable management, I have this extension cord that goes all the way down and hooks up to the USB here. All of that is hooked up, and then you can see here that right there, that metal thing is my my monitor stand, and then that is a rack that keeps all of my wires there. I tried before using like one that has like just plastic that covers it, but I found that I too often like have to move around my desk a bit, and so I have to move around the cords, and it just didn't do it for me. So what I did was I got these racks, and I'll go ahead and link them. I got them off of Amazon, and we just hooked it directly to the desk, and it works really, really well. And then these are the motors for this actual desk. So those are what those two motors are, and basically everything goes to this here and then goes all the way down here. So this is what that looks like. And then I also have, let me kind of explain to you guys how I have my personal versus my corporate desk set up. So this USB-C is hooked up to this Thunderbolt, and this USB-C I will hook up my corporate device. So anything that goes to this device right here will actually hook up to my corporate device. And then I also have this USB-C right here, and this one will hook up to my personal device, and my personal device has a USB port that is connected to the monitor. So anything that I hook up to the monitor will then connect to my personal device. And I also have this USB-C hub here that hooks all the way up. You see that cable goes to that device, and that device. Most of these devices have Bluetooth, but I find Bluetooth a little bit finicky, so I have them all hardwired. I mean, it's not the greatest, right? But it's hidden from view, so no one really sees it. And so that's how I have everything hooked up. And again, I like to separate church from state. So I have corporate hooked up to this right here. And then I have my personal hooked up to my actual monitor and that USB-C port that you see there. So let's say I had guests over, right? And I kind of clear this up. I want to show you what the cable management looks like whenever, it's kind of down, so that you guys can see what that looks like. So if I go and click on one, that's going to bring my desk down. And if I open this door right here so that you guys can see what it looks like, you can see all the cable on that side in my basket there. So, I mean, it's not the greatest look. So if you're coming in from the front, that's what my office looks like. But if you're my coworkers, this is what you see, and everything is pretty much contrived here. So let's be honest, I probably use like a third of these things that you see on the wall, but this is what it looks like. And so I'm pretty happy with my setup, especially with this being a conversation piece. And then over here, this is another desk that I have. I just needed more surface area to do what I need to do. And I also have the same like outlet. I love this outlet because it's just flat. I can put it wherever. And so I have that outlet kind of hooked up to everything as well. And these are two Alex cabinets that I have. And then I have this Vornado because, again, this room gets really, really cold. And so I have that. So my coworkers actually don't see this at all, really. And so I can put whatever I need here and they don't really see that. So that's what it looks like on my side of the world. So I hope you guys found some inspiration from that tour. If not, that's okay. If you have any questions on the tools or setup, please feel free to comment below. I'll be more than happy to kind of share with you my ideas that I have, at least that has worked for me. I am hopeful that this is going to be my final setup for this office, but you guys know me, I will find something where I have to change things around a little bit, but I think this is pretty much like solid. It might be like 1 or 2 pieces that I move around. I'm loving this space. It provides me a lot of creativity, but I will say that even though this office is like 80% perfect for me, often at the end of the day, I really don't want to be in this room anymore because this is actually my my work office. So normally when it's the weekend or whatever, I actually kind of avoid this room completely, which sounds really crazy because it's like my crafting office and my my blogging office, but at the same time, I'm like, I need to get out of this office. And so that's truly where I'm at today with this office. It's a really great space for me for my 9 to 5. But then when I am not in my 9 to 5 like mode, working remotely, I am actually going to be taking my laptops like into my bedroom or into my living room and working from there, and even on my patio working from there. I normally avoid this room at all costs, like after the 9 to 5. I know that sounds crazy, but when you're in this office 40 hours a week, you kind of don't want to be in there anymore, even though it's like perfectly set up for me to do anything that is related to my blog or anything that's personal. So there you have it. That's my review. If you guys have any questions, again, leave a comment below and go ahead and check out my other videos on my office setup. I'll go ahead and link to a playlist so that you guys can watch that, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Bye.